Okay. I think we're back. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, so my live stream cut out. Okay. Don't have children, people. They cut off your internet midstream. to do over this side yet. did I do with the last one similar to this? Welcome back, Uni. How's it going? Yeah, apologies for the interruption on that. My son accidentally turned off the internet for the whole house. Nope, stream was running fine, but so basically the router and stuff is plugged in. There's like an adapter, you know, like 4 separate sockets, but the adapter we've got, there's like a switch on the adapter to turn off everything. Whoops, shit, that's plugged into it. And he stepped over, it's near his wardrobe, and he went over to his wardrobe and he stood on it, and he's accidentally hit the switch off. I thought, because he did this was it last week, week before? He was mucking about with his football in his room, and he threw his ball, and the ball hit the switch. So I thought he'd done that. And so I was giving him quite the stern telling off. And I said to him, I can accept it's an accident this time, but if it happens again, like, I'll be very, very displeased with you. But yeah, I was not happy with him. But I guess we'll have a 2-parter. Hello, Coob, how's it going? Yeah, flipping kids. I hope you've had a good weekend and all that. Loving the style of this one, thank you. Yeah, and such is the way, like, I'd actually started to get a decent TikTok stream going for once. And then my son decides to do that, so as you can imagine, I was not happy. And now no one is. Oh no, we've got someone in, I think. No, we've got no one. I got a decent amount of likes on my TikTok stream, and then that all went to shit. So yeah, thank you for that, son. Appreciate it. No, I hope you're all good, Coob. Hope you've had a good weekend, all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's good to hear, yeah. I think I mentioned before, I've had a lot of problems with sleep. Like, it just doesn't seem to happen for me. Coup the Invincible. Yeah, that internet cutout has absolutely killed my TikTok stream dead. There's no one on there now. What superpower would you like to have? Teleportation. Easy for me. I've thought about this before. Teleportation. I think that just speaks to how unbelievably lazy I am as a person. But yeah, that's an easy one for me. Control the weather. No, the weather doesn't upset me enough to give a toss about it. I don't care. I can, and the thing is, I don't mind British weather. I like the variation in weather. Because I don't like it being like hot all the time, and I don't like it being cold all the time. I like the fact that, you know, you can have like a time of the year where it's nice and, you know, but it's cold, but you can kind of get all snuggled up, you know, by the fire. You know, it's more time for stopping in, and then when the summer comes around, you get to go out a bit more. And I like British summers as well, when they're not being absolutely insane. Sort of between 20 and 30 degrees, it's just perfect, I think. Yeah, like, but when people say, "Oh yeah, hot weather's great," like my sister lived in Australia. Well, she's coming home permanently in the summer, and she's been out there for 15 years or whatever. And I'm just thinking that's just too hot for me. Like, it doesn't need to be that hot. But yeah, just a normal summer, like in the 20s, when it's in the 20-degree range. It's just perfect, I think. My only complaint about the British weather is that the cold does last a bit longer than it should. Like, obviously you don't want it to be like silly hot, but say after March, I'm like thinking, right, between 10 and 20 degrees, or 10 and 15 degrees, in and around there. It's still a bit cold, but not cold enough to be a problem. But like earlier, like last week, it's like April, like nearly May, and it was Baltic last week. It's like, come on. That's my only complaint. The really chilly weather does tend to last longer than it should. That's my only complaint. Nah, teleportation's the one. I'd love to have that. Manor Lords. Is that on like mobile and stuff? Yeah, just silliness, I think. Oh, through Steam. But yeah, no, that is impressive that one person's made that. And I do like a city builder as well. Yeah, I totally agree, Uni. Like Unreal, and I mean, obviously, I think we spoke about Unity before when they absolutely pissed all over themselves with that stupid policy they brought in. Even though I think they did walk it back, didn't they? But like the damage was done. Like I want to make a shoot 'em up. There's Shmup Creator. That's about 55 quid. I would really like to have a go on that. I've heard mixed things. The best one that I ever used was Construct, but Construct 2. I loved Construct 2, but they've moved over to like a subscription-based model now. And it's like, it's so disappointing because it's like, you're such a good engine, but the price that you pay, it's like, I'm not entirely sure it's worth it. Like Construct 2 is like the perfect model, and Game Maker, there's too much coding for me. Like when you wrap it up in like a button, that's how I want my engines to be. But yeah, Game Maker, there's just too much. I have used Game Maker before, but if there's any coding involved, then it's like, nah, it's not for me. Test our models if they're good enough for. There was a game engine I found. I forget what it's called though. That seemed pretty good. Yeah, that does sound good. That sounds like a very good engine. Guru G. Yeah, that easily sounds like the best way to go. Like have the best of every option, kind of thing. my eyes. Yeah, my TikTok stream is dead. I don't even think anyone's joining it, are they? Yep, dead as a doorknob. Oh, nice. Yeah, that does sound good. Oh, it's good you're experimenting though, Coop, at least. Always good to explore. But yeah, that engine sounds really good, Uni. Although I'm not into 3D modelling anymore. Like, I don't do that. Like, I'd just be working off sprites entirely. Keep it nice and simple. Yeah, I know what you mean about that. Like, you're just testing stuff out and like you've got an idea there, but it's not like fleshed out enough for what you want it to be, kind of thing. Flipping heck, that's horrible. I know there was a lot of after COVID, there was a lot of debate and arguments about football players. Like I watch football, and you'd occasionally get footy players kind of like collapse of like breathing problems or cardiac problems, whatever. But it was really rare. It was like once every 5 years, maybe. You know, and there might have been like an underlying condition before or something like that. And then after COVID, there's been quite a few players. There was that incident with Christian Eriksen at the Euros. Sergio Aguero had to retire early. There's been a couple of other incidents, like with youngsters. And the argument was, you know, the vaccine causing it or COVID causing it. I don't think it was the vaccine, but my problem was that nobody made anything transparent. So it's like, well, if you don't actually tell the people what's going on, they're going to come to their own conclusion. You know, tell people what's up. But yeah, it does seem to be happening a lot more. Oh, thank you, Kim. Appreciate it. Yeah, the idea with this one is it's little sort of things that I've done in the past that I don't kind of use enough, little techniques and things that I don't use enough. So this is one that I would say is inspired by graffiti. Oh, hello, welcome back, Love Heart. My thumb, it's my birthmark. But a separate issue, this hand does tend to swell up sometimes, but that's got nothing to do with the birthmark. I've fractured this bone twice. So what tends to happen is this part of my hand can swell up because it's like poor blood flow to this part of the hand. So if it gets hot or uncomfortable. But the purple stuff here, it's got nothing to do with the injury. It's just a birthmark. It's completely benign. It's nothing. But yeah, no, thank you for returning. My son accidentally switched off the internet for the whole house, which is why I disappeared the first time. So a stern talking to was in order. But yeah, what was I saying, Koo? Looks like a digital heart. Yeah, so I've done one like this before. I was looking at it a minute ago. So this one. So basically when you have I got like a scrap bit of paper? Anyway. So, is this my graffiti? Yeah, so this probably works out better. So when I'm doing graffiti stuff, and a lot of graffiti art, I don't know if I can demonstrate it anywhere. Half these pages are getting ripped out. Yeah, I'll just quickly... I'll show you what I mean, like what's going through my head when I'm doing it. So, here's a good example of it. So when I'm doing these sort of shapes, you have a son. I do have a son. I have a son and a daughter. And as much as I love them both dearly, they can get immensely on my tits. Mostly when they wind each other up. But other than that, they're golden. They're good kids. So like, you know, normally like if I'm doing a shape, like you might see me do shapes like this. Like I'll overlap them and or have them behind each other, you know, this kind of thing. So like I'll do variations of that and then I'll go on and do, you know, expand them out, do my little doohickeys on the side, all the little blah-de-blah-de-blahs. But what I like about graffiti, so like a good example is this here. So like I've tried to draw a J here. I don't know if you can see that on TikTok as well. It's, instead of it being like a solid shape, I'll have it so the lines overlap somewhat, if you get what I mean. Kind of like that. So it's all one shape, but the lines have kind of overlapped. Like you can see it a little, whoops, a little bit here. So instead of kind of walling it off to have lots of different shapes, it's one complete shape, but it kind of gives it a bit more depth, if you know what I mean. So that's where these kind of pieces are inspired from. It's the way I kind of do the line work. Cloud. Could imagine moving around in the sky. Yeah, I when I first started drawing it, I thought, yeah, it gets there was a bit of a resemblance to a cloud. But yeah, that's kind of the inspiration behind this one. Now, the fun bit, to detail it. Where's my 0.005? I think what I'm going to do as well, I need to find a way to do it. I've been streaming video games just only on TikTok, but I think I'm going to convert my channel into like just a whole complete media thing where I'll dedicate it to art and video game streaming. But I'll do it for both TikTok and YouTube. I have got a capture card. I don't know if that... But I think that's for something else entirely. I don't know. Yeah, let's get this... let's get this thingamajiggy detailed. Thingamajiggy! So before I did it... How did I do it? Yeah, so it's like exposed sort of panels underneath it. Do I want to do the same again or something different? I don't know. See, sometimes as well, what I might do, in fact, there's a graffiti piece that I've done. Where is it? But there's some graffiti stuff I've done where I've kind of started off like that, but then I've connected. Let me just try and find it. Yeah, kind of like the bottom one there that I did. So this one here, you can kind of see, like it still kind of looks like one block, but it's like, so the word is all one shape, but the sort of lines under it have kind of laid it as opposed to making it look like a separate shape, if you know what I mean. If that makes sense. Would be a cool triangle shape tapering off towards the bottom. Like a tomato. Yeah, no, it's not a bad idea. I have thought about something like that before. And it's something I would do that for a different drawing. Maybe not this one, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to play this. Yeah, that's it. I always go by what I think feels correct. I mean, it doesn't always work. Like I say, we had this one, didn't we? Where it didn't quite work out as intended. Yeah. I'm just trying to think now what I can do with this. Okay, I'm going to try something. So I think what I'm going to do is not go too overboard with it. I might panel it. That seems like the best way to go, I think. Gotta go, take care, you all. No worries, Cube. Thanks for stopping by, really appreciate it. Have a good one. I'll hopefully see you next time I'm live. Still, I don't know what to do with this. I genuinely don't know how to do this. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm just going to do what I was originally going to do. Let's try. Went to get some snacks. Nice. What snacks did you get? Taking a leaf out of Coob's book. A very sweet energy drink. That's definitely giving me diabetes. And some Indian Lays. Nice. What energy drink is it? I am a consumer of the energy drinks myself. I do try go sugar-free when I can, though. So the one I had today, I finished it before I came on, was this one. Rockstar Blueberry. They only used to do this in... Yeah, you can't even see it properly. They only used to do this in like full sugar, but they've recently done a zero sugar version, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And another sugar-free one that I get, which is this one, Moose Juice. That's really good as well. But that's for tomorrow. And never ever have, I always just have one a day. Just one. Sting. I can't say that I've heard of that. Sounds delicious. Oh, I've got a new comment on one of my drawings, apparently. Pepsi. 41% of your daily recommend. Fucking hell. That's ridiculous. 41%. Like, that's 100 mil as well. Like, this is 500 mil. It is 500, isn't it? Yeah, like even like a full sugar one of these. I don't think of, yeah. Like a full sugar one of these isn't even that much. I think it's maybe 50%. And that's, yeah, so there's like 9 calories in this. There's just a bit of salt, a tiny like trace amount of salt in it, but fuck me. That's insane. Per serve maybe. I think on that one I've just showed, it does both. It does per 100 and per can, if you like. What's the name of your orange drink? So this one, it's Rockstar. I think you can get this just about anywhere, but the flavours vary depending on where you go. And the other one that I get is a brand called Moose Juice. So this brand is more focused on like protein and workout supplements. So like they do protein bars, protein shakes, powders. They do like a protein pancake batter. I've had that before and it is fucking gross. Would not recommend. But their energy drinks are very, very nice, considering that they're zero sugar. Can't fault them for that. I might trip on does Moose Juice have a serving? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, children. In this one, let's have a look. So it's 15 calories per serving. Folic acid, vitamin B6, vitamin B12. Says here, as a percentage, it says 20,000%. But I don't know, does it say, does that mean per adult? Oh no, so I'm reading the thing underneath it. Yeah, per 5, it's 20,000%. I don't know if you can read it, there you go. It says it there, look. Vitamin B12. Are you getting that? And there you go, 20,000%. I feel like that character out of Armageddon, Peter Stormare's character, is that good or bad? All the other stuff I'm not concerned about. For me, the thing I pay attention the most about is sugar. Like if there's loads and loads of sugar in something, I tend to try and avoid it. Like I don't really drink normal Coke anymore. The only time I ever drink normal Coca-Cola is if I'm hungover. Like give me all of the sugar. But other than that, I don't drink it. You flying to the moon? No, it doesn't. Just keeps me going. TikTok just cut me off. I mean, like it matters. I'm getting dick all views on there anyway, but. I got the wrong flavour of Lay's and it just doesn't hit the right spot. What flavour is it? What flavour are they, I should say? Magic masala. They sound really good. I'd try them. They sound very, very good. But not with this drink. Oh, what flavour's the drink? Yeah, apple flavoured drinks tend to be my favourite. Red colours and sweet. Maybe this is bad on my part, but like if an energy drink doesn't have a specific flavour on it, I tend not to get it. Like I need to know what flavour it's supposed to be. Like if it's called something like Blue Magic Explosion, I'm like, I don't know what Blue Magic Explosion tastes like. You're going to have to be a bit more specific on that one for me there, energy drink. I don't know what you mean when you say Blue Magic Explosion. It's in Vietnam. Yeah, drinks companies always tend to do that thing where they sell different flavours in different countries. Living in a big country where dreams are free. There's also a blue version, and it probably does taste like Blue Magic Explosion because it's also blue. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I don't like non-specific flavours in drinks. It does my head in. It's like, tell me what I'm supposed to be tasting. I might keep knocking there. The camera. So there's a background. I haven't done this in a while. Where is it? Similar to that one. Where are you? This is where I've said before, I need to kind of be a bit braver, if you like. Doing more That one, like that's one of the ones I printed. So I'm going to do that, yeah, with this one. Living in a big country. So, I'm going to, in fact, can I maybe zoom that in a touch? There you go, get a bit of a better look. I don't usually do this in this book, but I quite like this piece, so I want to be a bit more exact. So I might kind of go there. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, people. I'm doing it. I know you can't see what I've just drawn there, but you know how women's perfume is like based off real stuff, like lavender rose. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. Well, men's perfumes come Air Force, Blue Wave, African Breeze. Yeah, I don't really smell of anything. I need a pen from here. Is that the one I want? Yes, yes it is. You can go back in there. Get ink all over my fingers. The nib of this pen getting a bit chewed up. You got Fallout Las Vegas 2 days ago. I am jealous. That's the one I really want to play. Like I'm going to get time to play that anytime soon. Nice. It's an old game now, isn't it? What, 2000 and... I want to say 2010? Fallout 3 was about 2007, 2008. No, it would have been earlier than that. Maybe 2009, maybe. I want to say. Yeah, it'll look bang on. Yeah, I mean, especially with Bethesda games, like I know Skyrim's had like 1 billion mods for it. I remember a few years ago there was that controversy about I can't remember if it was Skyrim specific. But there was this whole thing around charging for mods when they'd been free for so long, and then it got walked back. It's, like I say, just another example of people being greedy shits. Oh, it was 2010, I was right. Yeah, because my thought process was it wasn't like immediately after. And I'm sure I got Fallout 3 in about 2008. I'm sure I did. Yeah, it's, what is it now? How many generations away are we from first release? Is it 3? So was it PS3 era? Yeah, it was PS3, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, Oblivion was PS2. No. Oblivion was Xbox 360. But didn't they bring Skyrim out at the same... Was it the back end of 360 PS3 era? And then, like, it primarily... I don't know, it got me thinking now. No, it might have been PS4. I think it was start of PS4, wasn't it? I first saw it on the PC. But I can't remember exactly when that would have been in relation to the consoles. I want to say about 2012, maybe? Did it come out? Maybe a bit later? Well, that seems a bit early though, doesn't it? I can't remember. From memory, I can't remember. No, it wouldn't have been 2012. That's way too early. I'm just trying to think. I worked at Game Station in 2010. And it was kind of like the back end of 360 PS3. (2011) Yeah, I was going to say, I thought maybe did 12 seem a little bit early, but I thought no, it's been around a long time. I may have still been at Game Station when that came out then. When did I leave Game Station? Was it 2010 or 11 I left? I think I left in 2010, I think. Released on Xbox. Yeah, what? Yeah, I was like 90 to 95% positive it was on those consoles, but like at the back end of those consoles. But then again, I forget it's 2024. Like 2013, 14, 15. I'm still thinking as like a couple of years ago. because it would have been. So when did Xbox One X and PS5 come out? Was it last year or year before? So about 2013, 14. Is that when Xbox One and PS4 came out? Because it's about 10 years, isn't it, per cycle? I might have to just... 2013. Yeah. Yeah, because it's 10 years per cycle, and they all came out last year, didn't they? Early last year, Christmas 2022. It's usually around then, isn't it? PS5 2019 was the announcement. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting a PS5 or Xbox Series 1X anytime soon. They're flipping extortionate. I remember back in the day when I got my N64 for Christmas when I was 13. And what, 200 to 300 quid got you the console and 4 top-end games. It's a joke. Yeah, ridiculous. The next gen of consoles are going to have to come out before I can afford one, I'll tell you that. Oh, what time? Nearly, yeah, 8 o'clock. We're nearly done here. Living in a big country. This last little stretch just felt like it's taking ages. Okay, how many? Still got one. Still got like a good few shapes to go, yeah. Oh, you. Yeah, because I'm needing a wee wee as well. So let's get this last little bit wrapped up. How many shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. We're nearly there, folks. Supposedly 2020. I'm not so sure. Like, they're trying to cut it because it was 10 years and they're trying to cut it to what? So that would be what? 8 years? 6 to 8 years? Yeah, 2019 was the announcement. 2028. I mean, that's not so. What we're in 2024. Yeah, four more years. Yeah, it's not. Not the worst. Thing is, consoles are becoming a little bit obsolete now because the whole point of a home console. I sound old saying this, but back in my day, like the price point was. I know, like, gaming PCs weren't really a thing back in the 90s and noughties, but there was that kind of sweet spot in the like late noughties, early 10s where like your Xbox 360s and PS3s were still kind of in the hundreds, like decent, like maybe about 300. So it was still like a good price point, like far enough away from a PC, and it was nowhere near a PC in terms of that. Meaning the games were geared specific to console. I think because consoles are kind of creeping over into PC territory, it's like you're at the point, and the price that you're paying, you may as well get a gaming PC. If they're even planning for one. Yeah. I don't know, it's just, I'm at the point now where... Because the consoles tend to overlap now as well. Like, the only thing I really use my console for is just playing Warzone with my friends on. And because you've got the cross-platforming thing, like, do you really need the newest one? Like, when a PS6 comes out, I'll probably end up getting a PS5, like, or the equivalent Xbox. Depending on what tickles my fancy. But yeah, we're at the point now where you just think, what more to... I mean, it used to be the exclusivity, wasn't it? Like, the games used to get, but you can get them all on Steam and other things now. Like, I remember Gears of War, Forza, Halo. I mean, Halo's gone absolutely down the shit pan now. You know, there's no real reason to get Halo anymore. Game companies being greedy, yep. Yeah, that's bull. I can't stand that bullshit. You can lend it from us. What? But a crappy... But there is one good thing to come out of this. I think... I mean, it already is boom, but I think the indie market will go even crazier, I think. Because the indie market, the people who make video games, like the independents who are still big fans of playing them and stuff, they know what people are after. They know what people want. You know, they want a hard copy of the game that they own that they can call theirs, like a special edition, you know, with like art cards and, you know, like a tin case, things like that. You know, if games companies aren't offering that, then people aren't going to be asked, are they? Right, finished. Simple but effective, I would say this one is. I quite like it. What do we think, TikTok? No one's in there, but I'll show you on it. There you go. Finished. Oh, well, we have to make this a two-parter because of my child. Indeed, digital cloud, indeed. But yeah, I do quite like this one. But no, thank you for popping in, Uni. It was good chatting. Always good to hang out with you. Thank you, Cooburley, for popping in. Thank you to everyone on TikTok who came in and all the likes and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to try and get online and get streaming a bit more frequently this week, now that I've got my prints out. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and plan out and figure out a way to kind of do it across TikTok and YouTube. It may just be on TikTok to start with, but then I might try and find a way to do both. I know Streamlabs does like a dual streaming thing, but you have to pay premium for that. But either way, right, I'm desperate for the loo, so I'm going to shoot off, and I've got a couple of bits to do. So I'll definitely be back on YouTube Friday, Uni, so if I don't see you before then, I'll see you Friday. Enjoy the rest of your week, my friend, and thank you to everyone else who popped in. Have a good one, and I'll see you.